Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, my name's Amanda. I'm a diagnosed autistic adult. I was diagnosed a few years ago, and my videos are going to be a mishmash of a day in my autistic life. I'm going to try and keep my vlogs as positive as possible for everybody. Obviously autistic people have good days and bad days, but these videos are all about supporting my fellow autistic friends and my friends who have got anxiety, depression and all those sort of debilitating conditions, and hopefully you'll find some comfort in watching my videos to know that you're literally not on your own. Today I'm in Buxton. We've got a really spooky backdrop of so much fog and low mist at the moment, so I thought it'd be fun to come up here and just to do a couple of videos. Don't know what I look like, it's really cold, so I've got the nice sparkly thick hat on and a mishmash of scarves and gloves. We are in Buxton in Derbyshire, so without further ado, let's get on with the video. So what are some of the most common signs and symptoms of autism, and could you be autistic? Today we're going to find out. So you might have always felt a little bit different in comparison to other people, and a lot of the time autistic people describe themselves as being aliens on a different planet, and that's purely because we feel like the world around us just isn't made for us. And you'd be right, autistic people have a different way of thinking, seeing, interpreting and understanding the world around us. So if you've always asked yourself, am I autistic, or why am I different, or why do I feel different to other people, hopefully in today's video I'm going to answer some of those questions and allow you to find out. So what is autism? Autism is a neurodevelopmental condition. It's a spectrum, which means it's a disability that affects everybody differently. Neurodevelopmental means it affects the way we see, hear, interpret and feel the world around us. And every single person is different. That's why you might have heard, if you've met one person with autism, you've met just one person with autism. Autism is a genetic condition. That means it's passed on by one of the immediate members of your family, and it's passed on via genetics. There's no cure for autism. There's no magic pill that you can take. And why would you want to cure it? It's a condition that makes us unique. Unfortunately though, it comes with many debilitating symptoms, and I'm going to go into some of those now. So what are some of the most common signs and symptoms of autism? Let's get to it. One of the most common signs of autism is a difficulty making and maintaining eye contact. Just imagine you're an autistic person having to take public transport every day, and you're met with crowds of hustle and bustle around the trains and the bus stops, and people bumping into each other and talking to you, trying to make conversation with you when you just want to be on your own in the peace and quiet. Another sign and symptom of autism is special interests. Now I know a lot of people can have special interests, but autistic people, myself in particular, can have a real obsession with certain interests. It can be a positive thing because certain interests can be really beneficial if we use them in a career pathway. But what we do have to watch out for is those special interests starting to consume our life, and that has happened to me in the past. Sometimes our special interests can lead to obsessions and compulsions, and we can lose hours and hours of sleep at night just studying our special interests. So leave a comment below if you can relate to any of the signs and symptoms that I've told you up to now. There are many more, so stay tuned. Another sign and symptom common to autistic people is a condition called echolalia. That sounds exactly what you're thinking it is. It's a condition where you might say something to us in a conversation and we might just randomly repeat words back to you. For example, if you say to me, "It's really nice weather out today," I might say to you in response, "It's really nice weather out today." Unfortunately, people can often look at us a bit gone out by that and can think we're a bit strange. It's not the case. It's literally our way of processing the information that you've given us internally so that we can formulate something to say back in return. So if you know an autistic person that repeats words and phrases, don't judge them. It might just be that they're having processing issues and they're just getting ready to answer you back in that conversation. Another symptom and sign of autism is a difficulty making and maintaining friendships and relationships with others. And this can affect autistic people quite badly. And that is because we feel like there's a block on our life. We watch our friends and family have relationships, boyfriends, girlfriends, partners. We see people making friends, having friendships, going shopping, going to parties and interacting. And that a lot of the time is something autistic people really struggle with. And if it's any consolation and it makes you feel better, I'm 40 years old. I'm a 40-year-old autistic adult and I'm single. I've never really had a proper relationship or friendship, as a matter of fact. And don't think that I've not tried, because I have. It's just like any other autistic person, I've met barriers along the way. It's really difficult. Another sign or symptom of autism is difficulty understanding what we call social nuances. What are social nuances? Don't worry if you don't know the answer to that, because I genuinely didn't know what a social nuance was until a few months ago when I looked it up on Google. A social nuance is sarcasm or flirting or somebody telling a joke, all of which can be really difficult for autistic people to understand. Another common sign and symptom of autism is trouble or difficulty understanding facial expressions. Sometimes it can be really hard for us as autistic people to know when somebody's sad, when somebody's angry, when somebody's upset, or when somebody's happy. And sometimes, unfortunately, we can read those social situations wrongly and it can get us into trouble. For example, if somebody's at a funeral, an autistic person might laugh. That doesn't necessarily mean that we're finding that situation funny or hilarious. It's just our way of processing that emotion. And sometimes we respond to our emotions differently to everybody else. So if you've got an autistic family, friend, loved one, please just cut them a little bit of slack. And if you do ever come across those situations where he or she or whoever may laugh at a terrible situation or even cry at a hilarious situation, just know that their way of processing emotion is differently to other people's, and so don't judge them. Don't scold them or tell them off. They're not doing it to be funny or aloof or to make you angry. They probably feel the same emotion as you, just even stronger. final sign of autism is a difficulty on us understanding and processing the thoughts, feelings and emotions of others. What that means is if you're upset or angry, like I've just said before, it can be really difficult for us to understand that and to deal with that emotion. Sometimes it can feel overwhelming to us and we can respond to it in a way that might come across a little bit different to everybody else. So can you relate to any of the signs or symptoms of autism that I've just mentioned in this video? If you can, please consider hitting like, commenting and subscribing so that you don't miss out on any of my up and coming future videos. Just remember, you're not on your own and you're never on your own, especially this Christmas. If you think you're autistic, talk to somebody, a friend or a family member. You might prefer to stay self-diagnosed and just know that there's nothing wrong with that. But hopefully these videos will help you to identify if you are indeed autistic and give you support along the way.